It's alive.
Instagram Live is about to set up, and it looks like, yes, looks like our
It's
YouTube.
alive. Set up.
Interesting.
It looks like looks like our YouTube.
Where do I mute that?
Yeah, I don't know who was talking. Then like, oh, there's an echo.
Hmm. All right, I think. All right. Like I said, I'm testing out a new way of streaming our program for today. So I hope the YouTube is still active. If not, well, at least it'll go up later. Um, and I'm gonna have to unfortunately stop the music, even though I love me some Joy Division. Um, all right. Welcome everyone. It's good to have all of you joining in today. As I was mentioning just before we started the recording today, we are missing Sam. Sam, our teaching artist intern for this particular semester. We may or may not have an update on his, new little person in his life sometime next week. So, for those of you that have been working with Sam over the last couple of weeks, sharing your work with him, and obviously everybody here in Conchas y Café, just want to let you know Sam is doing fine. He will be a new father very soon. Um, but again, I'm not 100% sure if it's happening today or, but it is in the like general time frame of his wife's delivery date, expected delivery date. So yeah, keep Sam in your thoughts. And if Sam is out there watching the live stream by any chance, obviously we wish you the best, Sam. Um, I kind of doubt that he's taking the time to watch our live streams. But either way, yeah, congratulations to Sam. And tonight's lesson is going to be actually presented by Abraham. So fortunately, Abraham is prepared for today's session. I will be, of course, taking care of the live streams on our Instagram Live, and I'm gonna see if I can confirm that our YouTube is still going without it being disruptive to the class. But enjoy, everyone. Abraham, it is all yours.
Good evening, peoples of planet Earth. Hopefully, you guys have a great weekend and you're already getting your Halloween costumes ready. It's getting closer and closer. But regardless, we're here for a reason, and it is not for Halloween yet. So let's start with tonight's class with share. Can everyone see the screen or not? I see thumbs up here and there. Let me put the chat thingy here. Okay, let me make it bigger. So let's start with the quote of tonight. Life is about rhythm. We vibrate. Our hearts are pumping blood. We are a rhythm machine. That's what we are. En español, la vida se trata de ritmo. Vibramos, nuestros corazones bombean sangre, somos una máquina de ritmo. Eso es lo que somos. So, what do you guys think about these famous words?
I'm hurt. Uh, it was something that happened uh since like birth. So I'm kind of disappointed about the rhythm that I received Like, so maybe there was a machine that got disconnected, or the rhythm is out of tune with the vibration, and I'm left, and now I have to fix it, and it's difficult. I find it difficult.
Interesting. Maybe we'll help you tonight. ¿Alguien más? Somebody else who wants to speak on this quote? Julie.
There's an event coming up about vibrations. I have to put it in the link for you guys, because all these musicians and artists are doing these concerts and art exhibitions all about vibration. And everything in the world is vibrating constantly. Once I had an art exhibition for this guy named Alex Gray. And if you do mushrooms, when you look at his art, it starts vibrating and it starts taking you all these different places, because the way he does the art, it's very detailed, and he does it on purpose. And then one of his students did this painting of a leaf, and the leaf, when you looked at it when you were on mushrooms, started vibrating like it was breathing. So yeah, I think we're all connected to that. The breathing, vibration, pumping, everything, whether it's blood or water or, anything that keeps the plants alive. I don't know what it is that goes through their veins, but yeah, that's for real. It's like everything around us that we ourselves are pumping and vibrating.
Interesting. Anyone else who wants to speak on behalf of this quote?
I guess when I first read this, when you threw it up on the screen, like in my head, I heard music. When I think rhythm, I hear music. And I was like, well, I don't really identify this with this quote because I don't really have a normal rhythm to my life, which is fine. I've always been a little bit different. But then as you guys were talking, I was starting to think like lower in the quote, like about the bodies and the machine. And like maybe I need to rethink what I'm hearing when I hear the word rhythm, like the expansiveness of that it's not just like limited to the concept of music.
Excellent. Yeah, I think it's like Julie's saying, it's really natural and it's everywhere. So it doesn't have to be always about music. Ciel?
Oh, hi, thank you. I think for me, it really resonated because, when I heard you read it and when I read it for myself, I felt like, life is it's good, bad, ugly, pain, joy. It's all the things, and um, the rhythm that I like imagined was, like how it says our hearts are beating and it beats faster when we're scared or when we're happy or excited or, when we're anxious. And, I think what this kind of gave me was that it's all encompassing of it all, of like the good and the bad and the joyful and the sorrow. And so it kind of just connects to, it can connect to everyone's experience at any given time.
Just definitely, I think you're right. Like there's different types of rhythms. I guess that's why we have different genres of music, right? You can go to a blues concert or a heavy metal concert. Still, everybody's vibrating to a certain degree to the same tune, but they're different, right? So it's different tunes or different rhythms for different occasions or different feelings, right? And do we have anybody else before we move on? Okay, just because we have a lot to cover. Okay, go for it.
Well, sorry, first of all, sorry that I'm late. Secondly, when I opened this and I'm like, life is about rhythm. And it reminded me of one of the theories that I use with my students. I always tell my students, like, okay, guys, we have to keep moving because life doesn't wait for you. You know, you guys refuse to do the work. Don't think that we're going to be waiting around for you. So it's a choice you make every day. Either you move, you know, with a rhythm because it's going to take you, or you're going to stay behind and you're going to have to deal with that later on. And I tell them because life is, you know, everything is in constant motion. And that's what it reminded me of, you know, the theory of relativity, you know. Everything changes every day, regardless of whether we want it or not. Everything changes. And I tell the students because, you know, even like, ¿cómo se dice? Even like a rocks, you know, as minute as the change is, it's still changing, you know, it's a theory of, who is it? Is it Einstein, the theory of relativity? So yeah, that's reminded me of that because it's true. You know, there's no one moment where it stops unless it's dead. And even then, a dead body, you know, continues to decompose. So it continues changing. I just wanted to share that because that's what it reminded me of, that it is true. Everything is, life is a rhythm, no?
Interesting. Yeah, I like the way you're pointing rhythm with movement and continuity, right? And talking about that, let's continue. Why not? So, hold on. We have River constant motion is Kelvin's, is the thought that pops into my mind. Pretty much motion only stops at absolute zero or 0 degree Kelvins. Excellent. Okay, so let's see who wrote this. So this quote comes from Mickey Hart, born Michael Steve Hartzman, September 11, 1943. He's an American percussionist. He is best known as one of the two drummers of the rock band Grateful Dead. He and fellow Dead drummer Bill Kreutzmann earned the nickname The Rhythm Devils. Damn, that's a good nickname. Esta cita viene de Mickey Hart. Nació Michael Steve Hartman el 11 de septiembre de 1943. Es un percusionista estadounidense. Es mejor conocido como uno de los dos bateristas de la banda de rock Grateful Dead. Él y su compañero baterista de Death, la banda, Bill Kreutzmann, se ganaron el apodo de los demonios del ritmo. Está chido ese apodo, ¿eh? Está bueno. So that's where it comes from. So if many of you thought about music, definitely it has some from it. Okay. And let's start with, what are we talking about today? We are going for these poems. I need somebody to read this one in English and one Spanish. So I'm gonna ask.
I can read it. I can read in English.
Heidi, you wanna read the English?
Yes.
Go for it.
For me, to go into dying is to remember of the past that I left go. What ifs couldn't hide, with best none of those are. Accident, choice are what they became. So we end up where we are now, when we're turning left or right. Hang up, down low, down lower, and so in amiable manner honor those choices made.
Thank you. And for this one, I'm gonna ask Chipanwi. Chicanawi, go for
Yes.
it. Can you
Okay.
read it? Puedes leer esta, por favor.
Para mí, entrar en detalles es recordar los caminos que dejé ir, que pasarían, los podrían, los hubieran. Ninguno de estos son existentes. Opciones son en lo que se convirtieron. Así terminamos donde estamos ahora. ¿Cuándo? Giramos a la izquierda o a la derecha, arriba, abajo y de manera humilde, apropiate de aquellas decisiones tomadas.
Thank you very much. So what do you guys think about this poem titled Nuestros Caminos or Our Paths? Dale.
Yo batallo mucho con decisiones porque soy esa persona que desea mejorar y tanto que me estanco en lo pasado pensando que lo puedo cambiar a como dice aquí a donde ha llegado. So I'm one of those persons that think I can fix things if I'm given the chance to, and I have a personality where I get stuck in a past decision, and so like the present moment for me is always like just I guess not to fall into that habit is to like meditate and maybe disappear from that's what I'm processing. Ahora, gracias.
Gracias. Sí, muchas personas tenemos ese problema de buscar el camino correcto y no estamos felices, pero yo creo que eso trata de decir, ¿sabes qué? La cagué, la hice bien, sigamos, ¿verdad? Porque si no, nos quedamos ahí, como dice San Juanita, stuck. You want to be moving, right?
Yes,
So-
yes, that was.
Thank you. Anybody else who wants to speak on behalf of this poem? What do you guys think?
I can. Ay, yo bien participante aquí.
Dale,
Sorry.
dale.
Right away. You know what I liked? It it kind of talks to me. It's like a person who has no regrets. That's what it sounds like to me. In other words, there were all these things I could have done. I didn't do them. I did this, and I just own up to my choices. That's what
Exactly.
that's what it speaks to me. That's what it says to me. And I like it because you know how, sometimes, man, I should have done this. Man, I should have done that. Right? And that this says, I didn't do it, so, and I'm not going to be looking for excuses. I just own up what I chose, and I like that. And so in humble manner, like without fighting yourself, without you accept that this is what I chose and I'm going to be happy with it. So
Exactly.
again, that's what it says to me.
Sí,
I like
una
it.
vez aprendí una frase de un gran amigo que decía, el hubiera no existe. So he said like the could be, could have, never exists. It's always what is, right? It's always what is. So there's no point of thinking what are the choices that you could have made. Instead of doing that, it's better to just continue with the next one, right? We have Dr. Rosie.
Yes,
how are you
hi
doing?
everybody.
¿Qué pensamos, Dr. Rosie?
Hi, my thoughts are, if you a lot of times we make choices, and sometimes the choices that we make, we will probably have to stand alone on our choices. but be okay with your choices unapologetically. And whatever choices you make, they're your choices, so they're going to be your right choices, as long as you're okay with them. That's what this reminds me of, and that's very important, because a lot of times we want to please everyone, and not ourselves. So that's what
Yes.
this reminds me of.
Thank you, Dr. Rosie. And well, just because we have some more stuff to do, let's see. Does anybody else anything to say on this one before we move on? 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's. Oh, sorry. Julie and Dr. Rossi, you left your hand up, or is it you still have?
No, I don't know how to take it down once I put it up. What do I do? What do I press?
Oh, I guess I don't know.
I can help you out with that. Hold
How
on.
about if you take
Okay.
the hand down for me? There you go.
There you go.
The master of
Thank
puppets, Luis.
So,
Gracias.
Julie, sorry. You're next.
yeah, so I was just going to say that it reminds me a little bit about fate, and a lot of people believe in that idea of fate, that was your fate to end up here or do that or be that or whatever. I mean, I personally don't believe in fate. But I think that this poem is kind of rooted in that. For me, it's a superstition.
Yeah, definitely. And reality is, I think choices are exactly that. You had it at a certain point, or something happened beforehand, but the end result is the only thing that's gonna matter. The rest is just the could haves, right? Like, it's better to take that and use it for the next time if you have the choice again, right? We learn from our mistakes, or even if we didn't mess it up, right? Somebody might crash in our car, but it's not that we can take another street. It just happened, right? So might as well just focus on what we can do after, right? Like, there's no point of getting stuck in the past, right? Okay, so
Yeah, I want to go double check too. I was like, maybe no,
somebody speaking.
it's the same one then.
Hello. Oh, I thought we got a lines crossed, Luis. I don't know. We want to talk about your extended warranty, like. Okay, excellent. So, okay, so this poem I started in English, and again the translation Spanish, and this poem is my attempt on today's topic. So, este poema lo comencé en inglés y fue mi atento en lo que vamos a cubrir el día de hoy. And what we're covering today, lo que vamos a cubrir el día de hoy is iambic pentameter. So, pentámetro iambico. Eso es lo que vamos a hablar el día de hoy. Okay. But in order for us to actually get into it, let's actually break down the word, what everything means, right? So, para descubrir qué significa pentámetro iambico, necesitamos romperlo en partes. So, here we're going to start with meter. So, iambic pentameter. Meter describes the rhythm or pattern or beats in a line of poetry. And again, we'll get into it. Right now, we're just discussing the terminology, but we'll get into it, so don't worry. So, para descubrir lo que significa pentámetro iámbico, vamos a romperlo, como les decía, y comencemos con pentámetro. Y metro describe el ritmo o patrón de pulso en una línea de poesía. Como les decía, no importa ahorita cómo no piensen que van a perderse, que no entendieron. Si no entendieron, ahorita vamos a explicarlo. Vamos pasito a pasito, ¿ok? And another word that I want to introduce is, oh no, hold on. Where did it go? Did I erase it? No, never mind. Okay. So, did it erase? Hold on, let me close and open. I don't know if it disappeared. Hold on.
In the chat, we have River making the observation that it's very hard to understand iambic pentameter. But like I said in the chat, it is a challenge, right? But with practice, it actually starts to become a little bit easier and it comes a little bit more naturally. So
Yeah, don't worry. We'll get into it. Let me just get it again. Okay. So you guys can see, hopefully correctly. So now in order to understand meter, we need to understand feet. Ahora bien, para entender el metro, necesitamos entender los pies. Okay. So, foot in poetry is a small group of syllables which have a distinct pattern of being sounded. The sounds are called, and there's two, stressed or unstressed. And don't worry, we'll get into it. So the syllables, unstressed and stressed. So, pie en poesía es un pequeño grupo de sílabas que tiene un patrón distintivo de sonido. Los sonidos se denominan acentuados o sin acentuar. Son dos tipos de sílabas, acentuadas o sin acentuar. Y como les decía, no importa, ahorita vamos a explicar. So I was saying, don't worry, just the terminology, but we'll get into it. We'll understand after the whole enchilada is done, okay? So this is the other word I was telling you about. Sorry, I thought it was before this, but this is the word I wanted to introduce. It's called escanción. Marks the metrical pattern of poem by breaking each line of verse up into feet and highlighting the accent and unaccented syllables. So this is basically the action of us breaking down a line of poetry, okay? So, escanción marca el patrón métrico de un poema al dividir cada línea de verso en pies y resalta las sílabas acentuadas y no acentuadas. So, eso es básicamente la acción de nosotros vamos a hacer el día de hoy. So today, that's what we're going to do mostly. We're going to break down lines of poetry in feet, ¿ok? Vamos a romper las líneas de poesía y vamos a ver si están acentuadas las palabras, las letras, las sílabas o no acentuadas, ¿ok? So far, let's move it on. Again, don't worry if you don't say anything right now, but it's going to get there. We're going to get there. Trust me, there's a method to my madness. Okay. So I need somebody to actually, I'm going to pick up really fast. Julie, I'm going to pick you because you are in front of my face.
Want me to read this whole thing?
Yes.
Okay.
So this poem, again, it has the accented and accented. So when you see the line, try to just exaggerate that little syllable and go for it.
Are you still like that?
Just go for the R. You still standing there. Ist, right? So the accent is going to be on the line. That's where they call it accent, or sometimes they call them long syllables. That's what the slash is.
Okay.
So go for it.
Are you still standing there east of the Garden of Eden, or were you relieved by the flood that revised our geography? Cherubim tasked with protecting the tree of life, I surely you saw when that tree was returned to us, lifting our Lord on it. Were you the same angels posted beside the new tomb with the body of Jesus, the new tree provided a gain for us?
Thank you very much.
Sure, I messed that up.
Again, you were fluent at like towards the end. You were getting there towards the end. But that's exactly what we're gonna do today. Don't worry, that's exactly what we're doing today.
Okay,
Don't worry. As you can see, like we're talking with Julie, here is the slash is the stress, and the on stress is the little use that you see. Sometimes they change things, but this is for now what we're checking. And don't worry, we'll get into it.
We
But
have a
now I
request
need somebody
from-
to go in Spanish. Necesito alguien que venga y lo intente en español.
we have a
So,
request
Luis, ¿te
from
quieres
River.
aventar?
Well, we have a request from River in the
Oh.
chat. River wanted to give it a try, but I don't
Oh,
know.
you want to do the Spanish version, River?
I was gonna do the English version, if that's okay.
You can do the last two lines if you like.
Okay.
Excellent. Go
It
for
just
it.
makes me feel a little mind boggled. So
I
I
know
just
that.
wanted to
Don't
see.
worry. Right now we're just going
So-
fast, but we're gonna get into it. Don't worry.
So it might be something like, were you the same angels posted beside the new tomb with the body of Jesus, the new tree provided again for us? Something like that?
Excellent. There you go. And that's what the rhythm is talking about, right? And it has a pattern to it, right? And I like that you already found it. And again, excellent, River. And again, I don't wanna put too much because I know it gets a little tricky, but that's why I have steps. So don't worry, we'll get into it. So, alguien que quiera echárselo en español, I guess, no sé si Luis o quién más quiere echárselo antes de
A ver.
que.
Yo sí le entro, a ver.
Si le entras, eso es que sí, es patriótico. Yo sabía que iba a sacar la bandera y rácatelas.
Although don't expect me to sing it.
Ah, man. Go for it, go
I
for it.
need to practice it first.
Yeah.
A ver. Guerra, guerra sin tregua al que intente de la patria manchar los blasones.
Wow.
Guerra, guerra a los patrios pendones en los, oh no, en las olas de sangre empapad,
And path, yeah.
empapad.
Excellent. Excellent. There you go.
The
And the two are a little bit different, but it's still the second one. It's more musical because it was more based on like the musicality of it, but the other one has also the rhythm. But we'll get exactly into that. So,
By the
ese es perdón, Luis.
for anybody that isn't aware, so this is
was
the himno nacional mexicano, and this was actually written as a poem before it was actually turned into a song. So just quick little
Sí,
side.
ese es el oficial, por eso Luis se lo aventó. Good job, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then that's why we get into the musicality of it. Like everybody was cutting out from the beginning of the quote. Definitely, that's a rhythm to life, right? So, here are 5 tips to identify stress syllables. Aquí hay 5 consejos para identificar acentuadas o acentuaciones. Ok, vamos a comenzar. The first one, speak slowly. Exaggerate, and this is, make sure you listen to this, exaggerate the enunciation of every single syllable. Like Julie was doing at the beginning, every single syllable, go for it. But again, do not tell us the answer, keep it to yourself. And at the end, I'll give you how the answer of what are the unstressed and stressed syllables, okay? So just keep a notebook or don't put anything in the chat, just keep a notes to yourself. So get paper and pencil. And, ok, aquí está el primer tip. Habla despacio, exagera la enunciación de cada sílaba. Como le estaba diciendo Julie, lo hizo cuando estaba leyendo. Cada sílaba, ¿verdad? Le estaba echando así. Y después, no nos digan las respuestas de cuáles están acentuadas, no acentuadas, porque al final vamos a decirlas. No pongan nada, escríbanlas en un papelito y al final, dicen si las agarré o no las agarré. Veremos, pero, ok. So let's begin. I gotta start choosing people. So let's see who I'm gonna ask first to read this in English. These 3, go for it. Aurea. Who's Aurea? What is it?
Okay.
Aurea. So can you please read these 3 1, 2, 3 in English, these ones. 1, 2, and 3. The other ones are in Spanish, so don't worry for them right now. I'm gonna ask somebody else. So these 3 in Spanish, each syllable. Go for it.
Captivate,
Mhm.
Happy.
capricious,
Mhm.
embrace,
Excellent. Thank you. Again, take your notes. See where you think is the unstressed and the stressed syllables. Syllables again. 1, 2, 3. Which one do you think is the stressed and which one you think is the unstressed? And don't worry, we'll get into it little by little. Okay, en español. A ver, ¿quién me fusiló?
I'll do it. I'll do it
Ok,
in
doctor
español.
Rossi se la va a echar en español. Échala.
Español. Corazón. Hábito.
Excelente. Muy bueno. Ahí está. Vayan pensando cómo son las respuestas y las pueden ir cambiando porque esto son varios pasos, ¿ok? So we're going to give a couple of steps and at the end you can fix whatever you think it's accentuated or which you think they're accentuated, okay?
I have a question,
Okay.
Abraham.
Uh-huh.
So when I do this in school with my students, of course, we count syllables de derecha a izquierda. So, aquí también lo vas a hacer tú. Por ejemplo, español. So, ñol es la primera sílaba, pa, segunda, y es la primera.
No, lo vamos a
¿Cómo?
contar de acá, de izquierda a derecha para más fácil. Y aparte, la contada de sílabas, ahorita veremos, pero lo vamos a contar de la izquierda a la derecha. Luego verás por qué.
La
¿Ok?
derecha. Okay, so
Pero
okay.
ahorita lo que necesitamos saber es cuáles son las que están estresadas y las que no están estresadas, ¿ok?
Cuando buscas estas notas en online y todo eso, siempre van a ser de derecha a izquierda, but it's okay, just...
Okay, don't worry. We'll get there. Okay. So, second step, right? Second tip, listen to the rise in pitch. Listen when your voice goes higher when you say the word. Okay? So, same words, but just now you're going to try to listen when the voice goes higher on each and the syllable that you think is going to be the accentuated syllable, the stressed syllable. Okay? La segundo tip, escucha el aumento de tono. Escucha cuando tu voz sube más alto cuando dices la palabra. ¿En qué sílaba piensas que vas a hablar más fuerte? Okay? So, we're going to start now with, I'm going to ask for Tauri. Tauri, can you give us these 3 words again? Again, just go for each syllable.
yo sé Aurea, yo sé Tauri.
Ya, Tauri. No creo que esté.
Sorry.
No estará. Bueno, sigamos con, entonces vamos a preguntarle a, ¿qué me falta? River, why not? River, can you give us the English on these 3 words?
Sure.
Again, each syllable.
Captivate. Capricious. Embrace.
Excellent. And again, remember, listen and think, see what you think it's the loudest, right? Or feels like you're raising your voice. Okay, en español, Chicawi, ¿me puedes echar las palabras en español? Como te digo, échale las sílabas, ¿ok?
Español. Corazón.
Excelente. Y como les digo, vayan apuntando, se fijarán al final, ¿ok? We're gonna go for the third tip.
Sorry, may I question, Abraham?
Yep, go for it.
First, Barcelona is Spanish, is me. Español?
Español.
Yeah, is Spanish, is me.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that's what it's.
got
Yeah.
it. Muchas
Excellent.
gracias.
Yeah, excellent. Corazón is heart, and hábito is a type of like a, what's a good translation for it? It's a habit, basically. Yeah, it's something that you repeat and you continue doing, kind of thing.
Luis, can you help me type these 3 Spanish word English mean in the chat? Muchas gracias. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. So third step, right?
Brace.
Third tip that we kind of have is listen for the syllable that takes the longest to say. So, tercer tip, escuche la sílaba que tarda más en decirse. Okay? So, for this one, I'm going to ask Julie, can you give us the English version?
Yep.
And go for it. The syllable.
Captivates. Capricious. Embrace.
Excellent. And again, listen to the syllables that takes the longest. Okay. En español vamos a darle ahora a River. ¿Ya me hiciste una de River o no? Todavía no.
Me?
You want to try it?
Sure.
Excellent.
Español. Corazón. Hábito.
Gracias. Muchas gracias. Okay. So keep on, if you need to fix them, you think they're different accentuations, keep on doing it. Like at the end, we'll see what they are. Okay. So for tip, say in a sentence. Sometimes it helps to put the word in context. Go slow and put a little drama. Why not? So let's be dramatic for these ones, okay? So dígalo en una oración. A veces ayuda a poner las palabras en contexto. Ve despacio y pon un poco de drama, ¿por qué no? Vamos a darle un poco de dramatización a esto, ¿ok? So, let's go for... Let's see. Aurea, you want to try the English version, please? Con drama, actually, dramatic.
The English?
Yeah.
Okay, can I see them? Oh,
Yeah,
it's
these are the ones, yeah.
the sentence. Okay. You captivate me, darling. That princess is capricious. We might embrace the unknown.
Thank you. Ok, en español, Luis, ¿quieres echarte esta?
A ver. El
Pero con
español.
drama, échale así como novela.
Ah, ok.
Gracias.
El español se habla en muchos países. Para cantar se necesita mucho corazón. Mi papá tiene el hábito de tomar café por las mañanas.
Gracias. Muchas gracias.
No hay problema ahora.
Ahora sí se le olvidó el drama. Ahora sí. Okay.
No drama thing.
So this is the fifth tip they're gonna give you. Say the word wrong. So this time, on purpose, you're gonna try to put if you already think you know where the emphasis is, the stress is, now put it in a different place, okay? Just try to put the emphasis on the wrong syllable, and by knowing what is wrong, you might know what is right? So it's kind of like a technique, a psychology technique. Okay, el tip número 5, di la palabra mal. Solo trata de poner el énfasis en la sílaba equivocada. Sí, y sabiendo lo que está mal, sabremos lo que está bien. So, this time, let's see. San Juanita, después charlas en inglés. Can you give us the English version once, please?
Embrace.
So you want me to say this one wrong?
Yeah, but this time you're gonna put the emphasis on the wrong place, which
Okay.
we don't know anyways.
Captivate. Captivate. Okay. Capricious.
Thank you.
Embrace.
Excellent.
Y las
Excellent.
¿nomás
Thank you,
esas?
San Juanita. Sí,
Okay.
ahorita nos vamos a echar otra de español.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna give a choice. Who wants to say the Spanish ones on this time? Just to see.
Español.
Okay, chalémosle. ¿Quién dijo yo?
Dr. Rosie?
Oh, Dr. Rossi, dale.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Espan. No, wait.
Hey, excellent. That's the purpose.
Español.
You feel it, right? You can feel it.
I'm trying to feel it. Okay, español,
Excellent. Okay, siguiente.
corazón. Ah, habito. Habito.
Okay. There you go, guys.
Ay, ay, ay.
Excellent. You guys are champions. You did a great job with me, guys. So hopefully you will have your notes and see where you guys think every accent is. Espero que todos tengan sus notas y tengan exactamente lo dice los acentos aquí, ¿no? Ahí les va. So the answers are, las respuestas son captivate, capricious, embrace, español, corazón, hábito. Okay, so hopefully everybody got it. Espero que todos les hayan salido bien. But no worries, no worries. Just gonna give you more info. We're still on the game. Okay, just a little extra information. These syllables are called primary stress. Don't panic yet, but yes, some words can also have a secondary stress syllable. Solo un poco de información adicional. Estas sílabas se llaman estrés primario. Que no cunda el pánico, por favor, señores y señoras. Pero sí, algunas palabras también pueden tener una sílaba con estrés secundario. So, here are a couple of examples. Aquí hay ejemplos, ¿verdad? Cap, T, fate. So, cap is the primary stress. Fate is the secondary stress. Y en español, pues casi no encontraba muchas, pero encontré unas porque unas pocas dificultades para encontrar ejemplos en español para este tipo de palabras. Pero maratón, so ma es el secundario y ton es el primario. Y lo mismo aquí, fatalidad. So, el acento primario es dad y fa es el secundario. Okay. So just a little extra. We're not gonna need these for now, but so not worry, I got you. No te preocupes, aquí estoy para ti, porque I got a 6th tip for you, aka the bonus tip. Dictionary time. También conocido como el consejo extra. Tiempo para usar el diccionario. So I'm gonna stop sharing here so I can. Oh, I'm gonna actually put in the chat. I'm gonna copy and put in the chat so you guys can have the websites. Easy peasy. This is the English and we have the Spanish, but I'm gonna start with the English. So I'm gonna stop sharing this. And I'm gonna share the website. Where is it? I think it's
As
the English one.
Abraham prepares, does anyone have any questions?
Here you
Or
go.
is it straightforward?
So here we are. We're gonna look for the word. As you can see, here's the website, right? Can you already see it? Yes? No, maybe?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So you put here the word, and the word we're gonna use is captivate. So you search. See the word? So here's the phonetic way of saying it, right? You press it and it says, so in order for us to understand, we have 1, 2, 3 syllables. And as you can see, this little comma over here, beep, on top, that means that's the primary stress syllable. And then the secondary has a comma under it. So that's the way to find the secondary stress as well. Or when you are exhausted of, I don't know exactly what it is, you can do this and it will have the stress here. Okay? So go to the website, search, and it will give you with this primary stress with a little comma here on top, and under it is the secondary. So, but for today's topic, we're not gonna need the secondary, but it's a good extra tip if you want to find that out. Okay? And en español, como le estaba diciendo, stop sharing, and I'm gonna share the. Vamos a abrir la otra página. Ay, ¿dónde quedó? Bien, oh, ya la vi. Esta sí la encontré. Y lo mismo, vamos a poner una palabra. Esta no da los secundarios, no me di cuenta que los salieran, pero, por ejemplo, espérate, tantito. ¿Dónde quedó? Le pones lo mismo, como les decía en inglés, pones la palabra y aquí te dice con la coma arriba dónde está el estrés. ¿Ok? So, esta es la sílaba con estrés y la otra es la que no tiene estrés. ¿Ok? Otra palabra, por ejemplo, vamos a ver una que tenga más sílabas. ¿No? Acá está, preocupes. ¿Ya ven? Donde está aquí es donde está Q, es donde está el estrés en esta palabra. Pero como lo estaba viendo, a veces en español piensan, oh, pues es la palabra que tiene el acento, ¿no? La tilde. Pero no, a veces también tiene el estrés en una que otra palabra. So, ahí está. Si intentaron todos los métodos que les di, el primero, segundo, tercero, cuarto, quinto, pues intenten este, sí, y con este les sale la respuesta, ¿ok? Any questions so far? Now, time for questions. On stress, and stress syllables. ¿Alguna pregunta en palabras que tienen acento y no acento? Okay.
Abraham, could you please put up otra vez the dictionary
You want the English or the
references?
Spanish?
Los dos, por favor.
Okay, ¿no está en el chat o te saliste?
I can't, no, I'm not.
Espérame.
I need the chat.
Ahí va.
If you could put
They're
it
in the
back
chat.
up again,
Ahí
that would
está.
be
Ahí está
wonderful.
uno y el otro ahí te va, ¿ok? Permíteme.
Okay, wait a minute, wait a minute.
No, pues. Ahí está.
Ábrele ahí otra ventana in your browser. That way you can switch between tabs.
Mhm.
I think that's what Dr. Rosie is asking for. Right, Dr. Rosie? You want to see the visual?
Oh, you want to see? Okay, which one are you looking at now? I don't know now anymore. Well, stop sharing. But they're in the chat. So, and also they're gonna be in the class notes, right, Luis?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you go to Google Class, it's gonna be there as well. Okay. ¿Sí las encontraste, Dr. Rossi? I guess she got lost in the dictionary. Okay.
Good.
Excellent. So let's get back. Okay. So everybody's no questions right now. Okay. Let me. Oh, here, sure. Okay. Let's get back into business. Okay. So, okay, we have the websites. Okay. And we check for a couple of the words for primary and secondary stress. So, there's also good to know there's different types of feet. Hay diferentes tipos de pies. Trochaic, spondylic, anapest, dactyl, trocaico, spondaico, anapesto y dactilo. Pero no se preocupen, we're not gonna cover these ones. Just want to point out there's different type of feet. So nada más les quería decir que hay diferentes tipos de pies, pero hoy no estamos enfocándonos en ninguno de ellos. Okay? So let's get back into the actual feet that we're talking about today. So as I was saying, we already know what meter is, right? Sabemos lo que es metro ya. Ahora vamos a ver qué es iambic. So iambic is a type of foot, like the ones we're talking of here. And it's a type of foot with a pattern. So pattern is this, right? As we saw at the beginning, this is a pattern. Stress on stress on stress. Stress on stress on stress, right? So, en español también tenemos un patrón que, como les decía, sin estrés y estrés. Sin estrés, estrés. So, ese es un patrón que se rompe aquí. Por eso está la línea aquí. That's why we have this line here. It's breaking down a foot. This is a foot, another foot, another foot. And depending on the pattern, it's the name of the foot. So, dependiendo el tipo de ritmo de un estrés, es el tipo como se va a llamar el pie. Y en este caso, este es el pie en el que estamos enfocándonos el día de hoy. Yámbico Es un tipo de pie con el patrón de sin acentuar y acentuado. So the pattern is unstressed, stress. So it's 2 syllables, right? Unstressed and stress. Okay, so I'm gonna give you the examples for this, right? Da-dum, 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 bum, bum. Here's a list of words in iambic. Aquí hay una lista de palabras en iámbico. Y como les decía, vamos a intentarlo ahora. Acuérdense, sin estrés, estrés. Okay? So, I'm gonna ask Ciel, what do you think it's, how do we break down this word? What do you think we break the syllables here first?
How do we break them down?
What do you think they break
Um,
down? Like the 2 syllables, where they, the first one ends and the second one starts.
Oh, okay. So the first one ends at after B, and then yeah.
This is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell me which one is the stress and the unstress?
The second one,
The second one?
maybe.
Okay, yeah, you're correct. This is unstress, and this is no, no quiero ese color. Stress. Did it work? No. Technology time. There you go. So that's a foot, right? Abduct, right? You did perfectly. So next word, I'm gonna ask for Tauri. Are you back? Is she back? Is she on? I don't know. Tauri, are you there? I guess, yeah, well, I guess we're gonna move to Julie. Julie, can you give me the breakdown of this word? The next word.
Yes. Abide.
Where it stops, or where's the end? Where's the second one?
A is the first one and B-I-D-E is the second one.
Excellent. Which one is the stress? Which one is the stress?
Bide is the stress.
Bite is the stress.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Excellent. So next one. Luis, te voy a echar esta para más rápido, porque si no se nos va la vida.
Brigade. Gade is stressed.
Okay, excellent. See, it's once you get it, it's easy peasy, especially when you know the foot.
Yeah. It also helps knowing that all of these are, in fact, iambic.
Exactly, kind of, but getting there. Okay, next word. I'm gonna ask for Ciel. Ciel, ayúdanos a romper la siguiente palabra.
Okay, it ends after E.
After E? That's it? ¿Cuál es la que está estresada y cuál la no estresada? Which one's stressed and which one's unstressed?
La estresada, the second one, yawn.
Excellento. There you go. That's it, right? So as you can see, Luis noticed already, this is the pattern we're talking about, right? The iambic, unstressed, stressed, right? That's a foot, right? 2 syllables, one's unstressed, the other one's stressed, right? So next one, I'm gonna ask who else? Heidi, can you tell us what's the dealio with this word?
Dealio?
Yes, can you break it down?
Oh, I
Which one
think
is the first syllable?
after O. After O.
After O, excellent.
Yeah.
Which one's stressed and which one's unstressed?
What?
¿Cuál es la que, which one is stressed? Like here, abduct, and which was unstressed?
I think CO is black blue color. After Collie, it's red color.
Here?
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, this is stress, unstressed. Okay.
Yes, got it. Thank you.
Good job, Heidi. Okay. Now, River, can you help us with the next one? Where does the first syllable stops?
So the first syllable is unstressed, C-O-M, compact.
Exactly. You got it. See? Once you get the hang of it, it's easy peasy. Okay. And again, the same thing with these ones. But just because of time, let's move on to the Spanish. Español, tío. Chica, we, ¿nos podéis ayudar a romper esta palabra? ¿Dónde acaba la primera sílaba?
De, and then fen.
No, acá abajo. Esta.
Oh, quedamos en mamá.
Sí.
Ma y ma.
Okay.
Y el estrés queda en la segunda sílaba.
Excelente, Raimundo.
Luego.
Okay. So, the next one, vamos a ver, who wants to go for the next one? I'm gonna give you the choice for this one.
I can read it.
Okay.
Es patrón.
Excellent.
Patrón es la acentuada.
Excelente, Raimundo.
There.
There you go. Aquí viene las últimas tres. So, Chicawi, Chignawi, sorry.
Hay tres sílabas. Chu, ga.
Eso. Ok. ¿Cuál es la que tiene estrés? ¿Y cuál es la que no tiene estrés?
Oh, wow. Chu, ga. Te le estoy dando al segundo.
Eso. ¿Por qué? Porque suena más larguita, ¿ah? Más
Ay,
énfasis, lechuga. Eso. So, as you guys notice, this is not a foot anymore, right? Okay, ¿dónde está? Ay, me estoy equivocando.
Not an iambic foot.
Exactly. This is not the foot that we're looking for. But if you put another word, another syllable that's a stress, then you have 2 feet. Tienen 2 pies si le aumentan otra sílaba que esté estresada. Sin estrés, estrés. Sin estrés, estrés. So feet doesn't really have to do with just words. They continue depending. So it's not just a word. It's just about syllables, right? Like the way we're talking here, this is one of the reasons also Julie was having some trouble because some of the words were extending to the other ones, right? Saying here, so they don't have to do about words, they're about syllables, so they can extend to the next word, right? So there you go, that's what we have here. So
I had no idea what I was doing.
Exactly. So next, al siguiente palabra, ¿quién quiere echarse la que viene en español? Sin miedo al éxito.
I can.
Échale.
Peligro.
Ajá, pero ¿me puedes decir dónde se corta cada sílaba?
The stress.
No me puedes decir cuál es la primera sílaba.
Oh. P will be the blue, azul. And luego li will be the red. And then
¿Así?
Gro will be blue again.
Excellent, you got it. You got it. Muy bien, everybody. It's awesome here. You guys are awesome. Todos están rifando aquí, la verdad, ya son expertos. Da-dum, as you can see, huh? Unstressed, stress, unstressed, stress. So let's go for the last part, since we have already discussed about most of the word there. We have already talked about meter, Then iambic is the type of foot that we just discussed about. And then what's a penta, right? So penta is from the word five, right? Like pentagon. So a line of five verse, which is made of a line of verse, which is made of five iambs. Iambs are each one, right? That's one, right? So pentámetro yámbico, como decíamos, ya rompimos la palabra entre metro, ya dijimos lo que es, ya dijimos lo que es yámbico, yámbico es el tipo de pie que estamos hablando, y ahora vamos a discutir qué es penta. Penta es de la palabra 5, ¿verdad? Como pentágono. Y después una línea de verso que está hecha de 5 yambos, o 5 yambos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ¿verdad? So, just a quick questions before we start with examples. How many syllables does a iambic pentameter have? So, ¿cuántas sílabas tiene un pentágono yámbico? A ver, esa es una trick question. ¿Quién la tiene? ¿Cuántas sílabas tiene un pentámetro yámbico? Los puse jaque mate. ¿Cómo es posible? Ya éramos expertos. ¿Cuántos?
5.
No, tienes 5 de estos. ¿Cuántos son de estos? Ahí está, River, te ganó, mira. Sacó las pistolas. Yeah, there you go. It has 5 syllables because each iamb has 2, right? 1, 2, and there are 5 on each, right? So 5 times 2, 10. Easy peasy. And then we'll get it. Don't worry. You almost there. You're almost there, but River sacó la pistola más rápido. There you go. So finally we have the whole enchilada of the word, right? So let's get into it. This is what iambic pentameter is, right? So I'm gonna ask this for Julie to read me this one again. You can get a little emphasis on the stress better.
Okay. So is the moon shape
The moon shape is the unstressed, and the
Unstressed,
flash
okay.
is the long syllable or the stressed
okay,
syllable.
okay.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Good pilgrim, you do wrong. Your hand too much.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And as you can see, here we have good pill. That is unstressed, stress. So that makes it one I am, right? That's the fit, one fit. The second one is cream, you, right? So this is the second one. Then we have do, wrong. So here is unstressed, stress. So that makes another I am. So it's 3 I ams. Here is 4 I ams, and there's 5. In total, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 syllables. There you go. So, en español, echémosle. Vamos, ¿quién se la quiere echar? ¿Quieres River o San Juanita o Aurea? ¿Quién quiere echárselo?
Yo me la he hecho.
Eso, véngase.
Mamá, papá, los quiero tanto, sí.
Gracias, excelente, excelente.
Sí,
¿Y cómo
que
es?
si me dan.
Pues sí, o sea, sí. O sea, ¿qué
Ah,
se le va a
sí,
hacer?
ok. Es una condición o algo. Ok.
Sí, bueno, esa la tuve que hacer porque no encontré ejemplos. Está raro. A veces como este tipo de pies, a veces no se dan tanto en español. Estaba viendo los ejemplos, tuve que hacer uno porque, ¿qué vamos a hacer más que hacer las cosas nosotros, verdad? So, como le estaba diciendo, ma son 2 sílabas. Una es sin estrés y la otra tiene estrés. Eso lo hace un pie yámbico, right? O ahí está uno. Después papá es otro. Sin estrés, con estrés. Ahí está 2 yámbicos. Después estamos otro igual. So hacen 5 pies yámbicos que los hace un iambic pentámero, ¿verdad? Ahí está. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pies. Y cada pie tiene 2 sílabas. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So cada pentámetro tiene 10 sílabas, ¿verdad? So any questions so far? ¿Alguna pregunta?
Abraham is Chiknawi. Did we go over like why? Did we go over
Sí, no.
why this exists? ¿Por qué existe iambic pentameter?
Ahorita vamos,
Ah,
Ana.
okay.
Eso, vamos ahorita, sin problema. Okay, excellent. We're gonna get there. Como le estaba diciendo chico, why, all right? But we're gonna get there. First, vamos a hacer unos ejercicios. Exercise. I don't know what happened here. Anyways, you get the point. So I want somebody to read this one, please. Please, por favor.
I can read it.
Okay, Heidi, go for it.
But soft water light, south yonder, window beacons. It is east, and Juliet is the sun.
Excellent. But remember, it's not the, it's Aunt Juliet is the sun.
And
okay?
Juliet is the sun.
No. Aunt Juliet. Say it.
Aunt Juliet. Aunt
There you go.
Juliet.
I see what you're doing
there.
The D, you're making it a little bit into a D, but it's all right. Excellent.
Like a D.
It's
like
and Juliet is the sun. Excellent. Okay, so ¿quién se quiere echarlo en español? ¿Quién se lo quiere echar?
Chiknawi.
Chinawi? Okay, go for it.
Pero, ¿qué luz se cuela a través de esa ventana? Es celeste y Julieta es el sol.
Muchas gracias. So, the exercise, we're gonna actually break it. We're gonna do what we said is, remember, es canción. We're gonna basically break it down. Vamos a hacer lo que dijimos, es canción, es romper la línea para ver qué tipo de metro tiene, qué tipo de pies tiene, ¿va? Aquí estamos. So, let's see. What do you guys think is the first syllable and what do you guys think it is? Unstressed or stress? Come on, people, you can do it.
But, yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, no.
But it's the first syllable. And what is it? Stress on stress?
Stress. No, River said unstressed. I'm gonna follow her because she got it.
River, ya está ayudando River. Está bien. Vamos bien. So, ¿qué hace? Soft. What does it make soft then?
Stress.
There you go. This is long, right? So we have the pattern already, right? Oops, wrong movement. Yeah.
Okay.
So that makes this what? This
Unstressed.
here, this two syllable.
Oh,
Iambic.
yeah.
Yes, but it makes it the first foot. Thank you. The first I am. Right, there you go, Luis. Échale. Déjame, le ponemos un simbolito. ¿Qué le ponemos?
The two together, they have to be a red and a blue will make equals a foot.
Yeah,
Correct.
exactly. I'm gonna push these because I cannot. I'm actually aligned. No, hold on. This will work. But I have to put different color.
But if you have red, blue, what is that then?
So this is right now we have the first iambic foot, right? So this is the first iamb. Two syllables, one unstressed, the one stressed. So that breaks the first one. Now let's move to the second one. What do you guys think? What is it?
Unstressed.
Unstressed. Excellent. So what? Oh, sorry. Took too much of the blue. Here you go. And this one is what?
Stressed.
There you go, guys. Come on, participation, guys. Help Julie. So that makes this what?
The second foot.
Excellent, Chica. There you go. Oops. I know, wrong. Trying to put a sense to the madness, but it's making it worse. That's all right. So that makes this the second one, right?
Yep.
Excellent. So give me the third I am, please.
I think that one has two syllables. It's like THRO, throw,
Uh-huh.
and then
You think
and
so?
follow it.
Okay, you tell me. I'm listening. I'm listening.
Here, let me perform that line for you.
Yes.
There you go,
Try-
bro.
try to
Échale
get it.
entusiasmo. I want it with some passion.
But soft, what light through yonder window breaks.
There you go. Yeah, a little sexy, yeah? Okay.
But soft, what
So what is
light
the second one?
through
Unstressed.
yonder window breaks.
Sorry, I couldn't hear. There were two people talking, so I don't know. Which one is this? The unstressed syllable.
Through.
Okay, let's put it. Why not? Let's do this. Let's do this. Why not? What makes the second one second syllable?
Yawn.
Okay,
Mhm.
let's do this. Let's break it down then. Yeah, I'm pressing stuff. Okay, so again, I guess that makes the third, right?
Yes.
There you go. So let's move to the fourth. Which one is the fourth? Tell me.
There.
There is what?
The unstressed.
Excellent. So what is the stress syllable?
Win.
There you go. Oops, no. Know what I wanted. So that makes this the fourth I am, right?
Yes.
So this is gonna be for Dr. Rosie, because I haven't heard her in a while. Well, tell me the last I am for this. Dr. Rosie, are you still here with us?
Dr.
Here I
Rosie.
am. Hi, I'm back. Okay. Do is the unstressed.
Uh-huh.
Breaks is the stressed.
Excellent, Raimundo. So that makes this the fifth I am, making it a penta, right? So 5 feet of iambs, right? That's a pentameter, iambic pentameter. And because we're not gonna have time to do this in Spanish, and because it's just a translation, it's not gonna translate well in Spanish. So este no va a salir con los mismos pies en español, porque al traducirlo cambia todo, entonces no va a ser lo mismo, ¿verdad? Pero solo que les quería enseñar que está ahí. De tarea lo pueden romper, porque también lo pueden romper para ver qué tipo de patrón tiene, ¿verdad? Pero eso se va a hacer tarea, porque no vamos a tener tiempo. También quería hacer este, pero como ya se nos está acabando vamos a seguirla, okay? So, this was a line from Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare. Romeo says this line in Act 2, Scene 2, during the balcony scene. Romeo is hiding in the Capulet orchard after a feast and sees Julie leaning out on the window. He uses a metaphor to compare Juliet to the sun, saying that she is so beautiful and bright that she fills the window like the sun fills the earth with light. So, estas dos líneas de pentámetro las sacamos de Romeo y Julieta de William Shakespeare. Romeo dice esta línea en el acto 2, escena 2, durante la escena del balcón. Romeo se esconde en el huerto de los Capuleto después de un banquete y ve a Julieta asomada a una ventana, utilizando una metáfora para comparar a Julieta con el sol, diciendo que ella es tan hermosa y brillante que llena la ventana como el sol llena de luz a la tierra. So, esto conociendo Romeo y Julieta. Okay. So, why did Shakespeare chose to write in iambic pentameter? So this is for you, Chignawi. Okay. ¿Por qué Shakespeare eligió escribir en pentámetro yámbico? Okay. So, iambic pentameter is the closest rhythm to everyday speech. And it's in English a little more, but it's relevant. When we hear a play in iambic pentameter, it feels very familiar. It flows easily because it follows the rhythm of the heart. And that's what we were talking about. Remember, it has two syllables. Da-tum, 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 da-tum. So, right? So it has a rhythm that it's closest to the heart, right? That's why. Also, the fact that it is not too long. It doesn't have stuttering and stumbling over ideas. It sounds eloquent. It is only 10 syllables. So it's short, right? So you cannot be like talking like, but, he's, what, ifs, you have to do more, be more concise in order to get your point across in 10 syllables, right? So, el pentrámetro yámbico es el ritmo más cercano al habla cotidiana. Especialmente en inglés, fue creado para inglés, ¿verdad? Pero aún así es muy importante. Cuando escuchamos una obra en pentámetro yámbico, se siente muy familiar. Fluye fácilmente porque sigue el ritmo del corazón, como lo está haciendo. Da-dum, da-dum, on stress, stress, on stress, stress, right? So, tiene el ritmo del corazón. Por eso. También el hecho de que no es demasiado largo. No tiene ohms, tartamudeo y tropiezo con ideas. Suena elocuente. Solo tiene 10 sílabas. Okay? So, any questions so far in iambic pentameter? ¿Alguna pregunta hasta ahora? Hasta ahora, ¿qué preguntáis? Okay. And again, it depends on the language. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work the same in different languages, but definitely it's a good thing to try, right? Because it's about rhythm. It's about, right? So you put that, it has a pattern that's fluent, right? And it feels natural. Okay. So because we're getting to the favorite part of the class and almost the end of the time. Your favorite part of the class. I know you guys came for homework. So todos vienen por algo a esta clase, solo vienen por la tarea. Okay, so your homework is gonna be write a poem in iambic pentameter, thinking on the ways of life. Los caminos de la vida. So tarea, escribe un poema en pentámetro yámbico pensando en los caminos de la vida. Okay. Any questions on the homework? Y puede ser las líneas que quieran, pero cada línea tiene que tener 5 pies yámbicos. So every line has to have 5 that are yambic, right? You can do as many lines as you like, I guess, right? Sorry, who asked the question first? I saw a hand, but I don't know what it is.
Me.
Okay.
And the ways of life,
Mhm.
living, thinking, religion. I'm just, kind of a little overwhelmed by the ways of
Yeah.
life.
Well, for example, the poem that I did, it's about that. Right? What is it? I think it's somewhere here, right? For me to go into detail is
okay.
to remember all the paths that I let go. What ifs, could haves, might be's. None of these are. Existent choices are what they became. So we end up where we are now. When we turn left or right, high up, down low, and so in humble manner own those choices made.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So again, it's tricky, but you'll get there. Okay. And again, it doesn't have to be as big as this. You can be like as I think the shortest thing will be 2 lines. I mean, why not? But go for it. Try it. See how hard it is, how easy it is for you. Again, once you get the hang of it, it's easy. Alguna pregunta, como les estaba diciendo, es como este poema, solo que este fue traducido, eso no tiene exactamente el mismo patrón. So, pero sí pueden ver un ejemplo de una línea aquí. Esa no es diferente. Patrón, aquí está. En español podemos ver una línea. Mamá, papá, los quiero tanto. Sí. ¿Ah? Ahí está, 5. ¿Verdad? ¿Y alguna pregunta? Before I give you the extra. Nope. Okay, excellent. So I guess everybody got it, which is awesome. Aquí está. So, extra information. I couldn't find this in Spanish, but I guess this is the closest I could find. So let me cut to this, and then we're gonna try this website. This website is pretty cool. I didn't open it. Let me open it here. And I'm gonna put it in the chats, okay? And it's also in the notes, just in case. So the cool thing about this website that I just shared with you is that you can do some technological magic. So here's the website. Everybody can see, right, Luis? Can everybody see?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here's the website, right? You go to this part over here. Click. See? And then you paste your poem in English. But we're going to try to see if Shakespeare was correct. Why not? Then Shakespeare thinking of he's all mad. Where they left this poem? Was it here? Oh, here. Oh, but we made it up. A mess. Let me take out our notes on this. Let's make it. We copy. And then we paste. And again, I only copy one line because that's what the pentameter is, right? It's 5. So if you copy 2, then you messed up because it's going to be more, right? So you copy, paste, and then you submit. And it's going to tell you this is an iambic pentameter, right? Excellent. So it has the 10 syllables that we're looking for, and it knows that each one has an unstressed and stress. Okay. And again, you can go and play with the website, to get more of the info. It has more stuff that you can check. En español no encontré, pero yo creo que si pueden usar la página que les enseñé como diccionario, eso también creo que lo pueden poner. Y ahí si son estresados, no estresados. Nada más que ustedes van a tener que contarlos. ¿Ok? ¿Alguna pregunta? And again, the website is on the chat and also on the notes for this website. Excellent. So I guess everybody's ready for this. Todos listos para este challenge. Pero no está tan difícil. Ya cuando se dan cuenta cómo está la cocha, fácil. Excelente. So can we? I know you can do this. I got you. ¿Alguna preguntita antes de que nos vayamos a ver este Pedro el Escamoso? Okay, excellent. Gracias.
See that River is mentioning, that it can be challenging and that, maybe watching the lesson a couple of times will help. Of course, you're welcome to, watch the lesson over again. It'll go up on our YouTube channel and it'll be on our Google class in the next couple of days. But I think if I were to give you any kind of advice, I would say think in terms of syllables and restrict your lines to just 10 syllables per line. In doing just 10 syllables total, you will automatically be working within the meter, the iambic meter, because it's, every 2 syllables has a stress, unstress, or unstressed stress, sorry.
Yeah.
So
it's the other way, it doesn't.
yeah, so it's an unstressed stress. And if you perform it out loud and use the tips that Abraham gave at the beginning, especially the exaggeration tip, you will actually hear the rhythm. If you go back to the Romeo and Juliet, but soft, what light through yonder window breaks. If you kind of exaggerate those syllables, every other syllable, you'll hear the pattern and how it goes the dum the dum the dum the dum.
Mhm.
And that's what you're aiming for.
Yeah, you are aiming for a rhythm. And
Yeah.
again, once the actual play is being played, they don't exaggerate as much. We exaggerate for the class, but it feels, when you're reading it like, without exaggeration, you still feel that it's more subtle in reality once you're checking places and things like that. But
Mhm.
we're exaggerating only more so we can understand it,
Yeah.
and it's subtle, but that's a cool thing. All techniques that work, they don't have to be like on the nose. You just feel it, right?
Mhm.
And again, you can go to the dictionary website and check every word that you want to play on your poem, and if you can double check yourself if you think you were wrong. It has a stress, right? It has the little upper comma on top, and that's what's telling you that's the primary stress. Don't worry about the secondary stress. That's just extra information because I like to get into the rabbit hole. And again, there's many different feet, but today we're just working with the I am, which is the easiest, I think, because it's two syllables, one unstressed and stress. There's another one that has the other way around, like stress and then no stress, but we're just covering this one. And it's five of those that makes it five penta, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
And of
Anybody
course,
else has any
at
questions?
any point, if you have any questions after tonight's lesson, you can always reach out to us also. Next week we don't expect you to have perfect iambic pentameter sonnet.
No.
Just try, have fun with it, give it a shot and see where it takes you. You'll maybe find a different rhythm that works for you, and
Mhm.
it could still potentially work with iams.
Mhm.
So, don't feel too like constrained by staying in pentameter,
But do it.
but practice the iams because that's ultimately what it is, right? It's um, the unstressed stress pattern that Abraham is asking you to do.
Yeah.
Focus on that.
And again, also you can go like if you want to go rabbit hole, like I did, check for the notes, like has a works cited. It's all the websites that I had, like this YouTube
Mhm.
videos and all the stuff.
Yeah.
But I guess as long as you have the idea that's a foot, that's iambic, it's just unstressed stress. So it's two
Mhm.
syllables, and then you just have to repeat that 5 times. Again, some other words have three, so you can extend if you feel like, oh, I cannot find the word that has just two. You can just start breaking that to words that have three, right? Or just one syllable, right? So it's about syllables, it's not about words. So you start playing the match game, and once you finish it, like, oh, interesting. It's a challenge, and it's still once you get to master it, it's even better, right? But try it. I'm gonna say try it. And again, even Shakespeare put some other, not all his writings on pentameter. Sometimes he breaks it here and there just for mixing it up. But it's still, we're trying it. So that's the point. Like, go for it, aim it. And if you fail, don't worry. Just like my poem, say fuck it. I fucked up, but I tried it, and I might get like some ideas of writing poetry with rhythm next time, right?
Mhm.
Which is the point.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right, everyone.
Abraham, I have a question, Abraham. Uh, so the theme is the ways of life. That's the
Yes,
theme
los
that we write
caminos de
upon.
la vida.
Yeah, life's path. It's
Life's path.
life's
Oh, okay.
path.
So we're still with that theme. Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, and again, it's really open. I mean, you can interpret it the way you want, but just try to stick on that. It's also part of the challenge, I guess, to see what
Yes.
you can do
Okay.
with that, and maybe you can just come up with a good ideas about it. I don't know.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, everyone. So with that, we'll say good night. Thank you, Abraham, for another fantastic lesson.
Buenas
We'll see y'all
noches.
soon. Have a good night, everybody.